Peace, everyone. I'm Tanisha, the host of Self Love Sanctuary, where I empower women to rise above burnout with self love and play. If you are into self discovery, self love, wellness, having fun, and mental health, then this is the podcast for you. Welcome. What's going on, you beautiful souls? Welcome back to another episode of Burnout to Bliss. I'm your coach, Niche, and here we talk about everything from burnout to having fun and reclaiming your health and falling back in love with yourself. Today's episode, I am so excited to share with you all because I recently held a women's event, a women's sister circle, and by the time you hear this, it'll be long past, but I wanted to share such a win that has occurred in my life. And as women, I feel that we don't always celebrate ourselves and just give ourselves the credit that is needed and that we are due and owed, and it's our right to bask in the beautifulness of our lives. And so I wanted to share this sister circle that I held at my house, my space, with 5 amazing souls, and the alignment, the synchronicities, it couldn't have been aligned any better, honestly. And so I have been holding space for people for the past couple of years. If you don't know, I'm a women's wellness empowerment coach, and I blend wellness with mindfulness and spirituality and giving women this sense of confidence back and having a healthier balance in their lifestyle from different angles. And so this event was the self-love wellness adventure. And I purposely didn't put a lot in the description for this event. I just told the ladies to come in their comfy yoga attire, workout gear, whatever they felt cozy in, and that we'd be doing some things mindfully and in the wellness space, and to just show up. But I knew in the back of my head that I was going to make this an amazing circle for them. So when they came, everyone sat, they were mingling. It was very nice. And then we began, and I introduced myself. I asked the ladies for their intentions. And just at the beginning of their intentions, I was like, oh, this is going to be a perfect group. Because when you hold space, you don't know who's going to be coming, what's going on with the women at the time. But I always say a prayer or something before my event, in addition to clearing out my space with some sage or some copal, to just call in amazing energy from everyone's guides, everyone's ancestors, including my own. And so it's just setting the tone for being grounded. And while everyone's sharing, I'm like, wow, we have so many earth signs that were in the building, and then a Scorpio, which is a water sign. And I was like, this is beautiful, because we were in Virgo season when we had this event. And if you don't know by now, I am a Virgo, September 15th. And then the even more ironic part is that my moon is in Scorpio. So I'm like, wow, look at me seeing myself in these women. And to have a Capricorn and a Taurus at the event too, it was really beautiful. And we were outside on the deck. It was amazing weather. I mean, Atlanta's still hot at the time, but it was just really nice. And you could tell everyone felt really comfortable with each other just off of meeting. So we did our introductions, and then I went into the journaling aspect, because understanding yourself, I always say, is the best way to fall back in love with yourself. If you don't know who you are, you can't understand your triggers, what boundaries you want to set, the life you want to live. So I wanted to share some of these journal prompts with you all to just get you thinking. Because when I asked some of these questions, the ladies were like, wow, I've never thought about this. And they didn't know what the connection, what this event was leading to, what I'm asking these questions. But I always merge awareness and having fun. So here are some of the questions. You can journal them, think about them on your own time, or you can pause this episode and do it now too, whatever you feel comfortable with. So the first question I asked them was, think back to your favorite childhood activity or game. What was it, and why did you love it so much? How can you incorporate elements of that joy into your life now? This question was so interesting, and I loved it because it's merging mindfulness with play. Thinking back to what did you like to do as a kid? And it was such a beautiful conversation that we had. And I always share my own. So for me, it was tag and playing basketball. Loved doing those as a kid. I loved it for the movement. I also loved it for the pause. I actually said red light, green light, 1, 2, 3 for anybody who remembers that. And it was the pause of, you have to be still when that person turns around. And then also being quick, trying to be the fast one. And I incorporate those elements of joy into my life now by continuously still doing movement. And also all of those activities were outside. And as an earth sign, I'm always connecting back to nature, being outside. That helps me feel grounded always. The next question we had was, who was your favorite superhero as a kid? Why did you like them? And what about their characteristics do you see in yourself now? This question stumped a lot of the women. And it was because not everyone has a superhero. But it allowed for such a beautiful conversation to happen where they actually did end up stating certain things or certain cartoons that they watched. And just seeing where the characteristics of that superhero, of that cartoon character is still inside of us now. And it was just amazing to see how certain things link up. And, your inner child is always present with you. They follow you everywhere and they just want the best for us. And so thinking about these things, it brings a smile. It brought so much laughter to the room. And then we went into the more self-love and health practice. Being in Virgo season, if you don't know, Virgo rules the gut. And it is a sign that is all about health, making sure that your wellness needs are taken care of. So I really wanted to bring that in for the season. And I was like, okay, this is going to be a really great question to see. And I asked them, what do you think your health practice needs more of? Everyone had different answers. Some people, it was movement. Some people, it was not thinking too much, saying negative things to themselves. And I'm like, well, that's very interesting because women, we overthink so much. How many times have you thought that, oh, you got into a fight with someone and you're like, they probably think I'm the worst person ever? When meanwhile, disagreements are normal and they happen, but really the devil is inside your head and you're thinking so much about only the negative outcomes that can come from this disagreement you had or something that's going on in your life. And I've recommended this book on a podcast episode before, and I actually recommended it at this event too. Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil. It is so amazing for realizing like that's not real. Those thoughts aren't real. It is just the devil trying to weigh you down. And it comes to overcome it. It is self-confidence, self-love, compassion for yourself, and then giving that same compassion to others. So just thinking about what can you include more for your health practice needs. And the last question was, where can you incorporate more self-love into your everyday? Just think about that, whether it's affirmations, taking a bath more, spending more time with yourself, giving yourself more gratitude, taking yourself to the spa day. Just what does that look like for you? There was such a beautiful synchronicity of what we all felt and how it connected. So I go into the chakras a lot when I'm coaching people, and a lot of this theme was merged with the solar plexus chakra, which is self-love, self-confidence, loving on yourself, having healthy boundaries. Also, ladies, the solar plexus is around that gut area. It is the digestion. So do you see the synchronicities? Virgo rules the gut, digestion, solar plexus. I couldn't make this up if I tried. That all the things that these women were working on related to this. Finding more time for yourself, getting out of your head, feeding yourself more positive thoughts. And so some affirmations you can do to help your solar plexus, to help feel more confident. Some I ams. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of self-love. I am worthy of receiving everything that I want in this life. I am a divine creator. I am love. I am one with my thoughts. I am in a space to receive and give compassion to those around me and to myself. All these things are beautiful practices that you can incorporate. You can say it in front of a mirror. I do this daily for myself, and I actually said that was something I want to incorporate more for my health practice needs, was just being a little bit more consistent with it, because there are some days where I just get up after my meditation and I might skip out on it. But really, it's so important if you're starting out or if you feel like your routine needs some more structure, putting these things back in. So that was the first half of the event. And the second half was where we really got into the self-love wellness adventure, the fun time. So I had the ladies walk inside, and there was this table that had bottles, some sprays, some oils, shot. And you could just see, they're like, what is this? So I told them that I had a surprise for them, and we were doing an essential oil class where we were making our own sprays. And they were so excited. And the shot was grapefruit juice, because we had to sit out in the sun. So I wanted to give them some energy back, just to get them moving and grooving, get those creative juices flowing. And they were just so thankful. When we were outside, I had actually given everyone rose tea to just feel a little bit more calm and open their hearts up for the self-love journaling, because everything I do it with intention. And then inside, the shot of grapefruit juice to get the energy back up. And we had so much fun. It was really nice seeing them being creative, because I gave them a bunch of different essential oils that they could choose to make their own and just play with it and see what fragrance you like. And it's all natural. It's something that they have forever, because they got to take away the bottle. So it was a gift that they did for themselves. And that's part of reclaiming your health and falling back in love with yourselves. It's making things, doing the DIY projects, something that's going to enhance you. We talked about the properties of these oils, and I even went a little bit into how some oils are associated with the chakras. And they were just so thankful for this workshop. And it was funny, because while we were doing it, one of them said, I really didn't know what to expect today. I thought this was just going to be a wellness event where we did some movement like yoga, maybe did some meditation. And I was so happy that she said that, because there are a lot of wellness events that do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do those in my retreats as well. But I really wanted to give these ladies something different, a new experience, to show them how wellness can be fun. It doesn't have to be daunting. It doesn't have to be hard. The workshop to make the oil spray, it literally took 10 minutes. So for them to see in real time how something so beneficial to their lives can be so simple was the best gift that I could give them. In addition to that, I even gave them some elderberry herbs to take away. We had a giveaway from a raffle that I did. And it was just pure magic. When I asked them what they thought about the event, it was so transformational for these women. Coming in, having an idea in your head, and then leaving feeling blown away. And on top of that, leaving with new sisters who we can now expand our community of my wellness tribe was divine. I have so much gratitude in my heart for being able to host this circle. And also, it was my first one in Atlanta by myself, because I've done a lot with other people for retreats, for one-day events. In New York, I used to host a lot by myself all the time. So it was also a major win for me to just get back even more into my confidence. My solar plexus is something I'm always working on. And that's why there was so much alignment, because the things they were talking about, feeling shame and guilt around working too much or making mistakes, not going out for the walk, not working out. I'm like, I've been there. I've had the negative thoughts and I still move through it. But I always say I have more tools now, which is why I teach on burnout, shame and guilt, and overcoming it. Because I am the example. I am the person who is here to be the guide for these women, because I'm going through it constantly. And I'm always stepping into a new timeline where I'm like, okay, I see why I had to go through these things, because now I'm here holding space for these amazing souls and seeing them light up from the tools that I use. So I am just in awe. Even talking about this recap right now, I'm still so excited and about how it all came to be. Virgo season is always an amazing time for me, and to give back to my community in that way was perfect. And a Virgo loves being a perfectionist, even though there's no such thing. But it really was. And I just look forward to continue holding these spaces. They're going to be once a month. I'm also going to be doing them virtually too. So by the time you hear this episode, you want to know how to be involved in my community more, there's going to be links in the show notes for you to be able to step into our community, our space. Going to be sending journal prompts consistently, recipes for those who want to be a part of the wellness membership. Have that as an option for you. And if you're in Atlanta and you want to come, feel free. I'll also be hosting full moon circles going forward. There's so much excitement and newness happening in the business that I just give the utmost thanks for, because I was experiencing a lot of resistance in my business. And they always say if you have the resistance, something's blocking you, it's because it's not meant for you. And now I see how this event happened with so much ease and flow. And that is the divine feminine. When you are just naturally going with the wind. I even set out a goal for myself for this event. I said, I will host this if I have 5 women. And that's exactly what I got. Like, you couldn't write the script any more perfect than that. Just saying something that I really wanted, putting the event out there, networking, and then letting God and my ancestors do the rest. That is manifestation at its finest. That is tapping into your solar plexus energy, that yellow energy, feeling full of hope and joy. And I haven't felt this energy in a while. My energy was down, as I've mentioned, for a lot of 2024. And to come back into this confidence, brazen courageousness, that lioness, it is such a blessing, and I give thanks. And I am hoping that you are stepping into your power and reclaiming your energy, setting those boundaries, feeling good, putting you first. This is how I'm able to show up. This is what has gotten me here, is doing the work, but having fun while doing it. So, my beautiful ladies, I hope that you enjoyed hearing this recap of the Self-Love Wellness Adventure. I hope to see you at one. I hope to see you at my retreat that I'm having April 25th to the 28th in 2025. That will be in Douglasville, Georgia. We are just going to continue to expand and build this wellness community. People who want to have fun, people who want to live life on purpose. So if this episode resonated with you, please click the share button, click the subscribe button, continue to follow us, share this episode with a loved one, with a friend, anyone who you know needs this upliftment, and anyone who you know wants to be a part of the community. Look forward to continue bringing you my experiences, teaching you, and loving on you, pouring back into you. Until the next episode, family, peace and love.